Thank you for logging on to the PawCast for the week of Monday, February 11th through Friday the 15th. Hello, I'm Mr. Andrews.
And I'm Miss Pegram.
And here's what's happening on our team this week.
Alrighty, guys. Hello again to everyone. First off, I just want to say thank you so much for the birthday wishes and gifts and balloons and goodies, and I really appreciate it, and I love you guys so much. So thank you for that. All right, next week in ELA, we're going to continue on with Freak the Mighty. We've talked about character and how that impacts the story. And next week, we're going to move on and start talking about plot. Now, we all know plot is how the story unfolds in key scenes and events. But we're really going to dive deep in and talk about how plot relates to the theme of the story and how it would be different if those key scenes weren't there, or if there was a major change within the key scene, and the thought process with the author, and how he created that scene and the dialogue within that scene, and get into that good stuff. So be ready to talk about plot and key sequence, key details, and scenes within the book. Maybe we'll get to act some out too. So be looking forward to that. Also, in social studies, we're just going to keep on talking about those influential African Americans throughout our history up until today. We've talked about Frederick Douglass. We've talked about Harriet Tubman. Hopefully we can get a little more recent ones this week and compare how they changed today's history to the history 100 years ago. So that'll be really fun to talk about and compare those lives and how they made a difference in the world.
I'm very excited about the math and science portion of our week. We're going to be continuing in Module 4 of our Succeed and Learn books, lessons 10, 11, and 12 this week. That means that we're going to be comparing and evaluating expressions with parentheses, order of operations, and we're going to be solving and creating fraction word problems dealing with addition, subtraction, and multiplication. Look for an assessment to happen maybe Thursday, maybe as late as Friday, but probably Thursday of this coming week. During the science portion of our day, we have started Newton's laws of inertia, or commonly thought of as Newton's 3 laws of motion. So we have started out with the words inertia and the word force on Friday of this past school week, and we'll complete that thought of what is inertia and what is force. We'll be discussing such topics this week as what does it take to make an object move? Is force needed in order for that object to maintain its motion? What does inertia what makes inertia work? And when we say the word speed, what are we really referring to? This week is going to be very exciting. Parents, I'm hoping that your students come home excited about science, excited about what they're learning and getting better at in math as well.
The capital. Which one will we learn about this week?
So where in the United States am I this week? Well, the photo says I'm in front of the state capitol building. Yes, I was about 6 years ago. This is my selfie. This week's clues are provided by Noel Blocker. Noel says that this state has the smallest population of any of the 48 states that are in the continental United States. She says that the state bird is the melon hawk, that the state license plate for cars or vehicles features a man on a bronking horse or a bronco, a bucking bronco, and the horse on this license plate is named Old Steamboat. Maybe that could be a help. The state has a state dinosaur. That might be a clue. And over 6 million visitors travel to this state each and every year. The highest point in the state is known as Gannett Peak at 13,804 feet. Well, those are the clues. Your job is to find out the name of the state and the state capital city. If you'll also include your name and your mom and dad's signature on this bonus answer, that helps us to know they might have also listened to this podcast. At least that's the hope. And you can bring that in on your first day back to school this coming week.
Where is Mr. Andrews? He's in the U.S. He's at a capital. Oh, which one will we learn about this week?
Let's all have a great week together.